A sequence of results which have seen them tumble from top of Division 1 to 5th. In that spell, they've lost 5 and drawn 1 of their last 6 league games. Part of the problem has been a spate of injuries, with no fewer than 16 of the professional staff out of action. And today they're without, for instance, the Heron brothers and Kevin Dick. It's a patched-up side in many respects, with Dave Heselwood and Mark Campbell originally chosen as three-quarters playing in the crack. And at number 14, back substitute in the middle there, pressed into service as sub is Pat Mitchell, who has the nickname among his new teammates as Pele. He recently signed from the Huddersfield amateur side Britannia Works. Widnes, by contrast with Leeds, have made a late burst which has taken them into 4th place in the table, ready for a tilt at the Premiership. And this without coach Doug Lawton, whose surprise resignation caused an upheaval at Norton Park. Changes through injury here too, with Newton and John Myler on the wings for Linton and Basnett, and skipper Brian Hogan also out of action. So, David Hume is at number 6 for Tony Myler. Hume has competed with Andy Gregory over the last couple of seasons for the scrum half spot, and that's quite a challenge. And he'll be glad of a game wherever he plays this afternoon at Stanhope Half. Widnes to kick off. The pitch very, very heavy. It's been raining all morning at Leeds, very, very heavily, so the pitch is thick and heavy. A few jerseys will be obliterated before long. Widnes have played one game more than Leeds, so Leeds could sneak back into the top 4. That's a beautiful touch finder. That's close to the Widnes line. You can probably hear the wind in our effects microphones. It's pretty powerful. Really a nasty afternoon for playing and indeed watching rugby, which will explain why the crowd is below average for Headingley. Not many on the terraces this afternoon. Prescott, that's the long one. Nicely taken by Lydon and inside to Myler. And this is a good strong break by John Myler, taking play into the Leeds half. John Myler, Adams, Gregory. Widnes mounting their first attack. Adams, Prescott, try to sell a dummy. He's not playing it. Elwell to Gregory, to Adams, Lydon, and a good smother tackle from who else but the old head Alan Smith. Going the short side with Adams, and he's going to go into touch. That play has now moved to the Leeds 25, and it's the first time that Widnes have had a sight of the Leeds try line. Widnes ball, Gregory, Adams at the back of the pack. Oh, and now Hume was going to work a move then, but lost possession, so Wilkinson breaks away. Ian Wilkinson to Conway, looking for space, still going. That Haig up with him. Good Brokenfield running this. Andrew Smith got home, inside him, and a very good tackle by Hughes. That was tremendous running by Leeds, and they still have the momentum going. There's Wilkinson. That's Campbell wearing the number 13 jersey, and it's another 6 tackles. The Widnes man must have touched the ball, so Leeds can keep it going. Sykes, Heselwood, Keith Rain, the kick through for Alan Smith. Myler's there, and he's awarded a try. Alan Smith got a touchdown before. In fact, David Hume was back there, and John Myler missed out.
Oh, a try Leeds richly deserved. Look at this superb cross-field passing in these impossible conditions. Andy Sykes, Heselwood was a centre and playing like a centre, and then what a brilliantly intelligent kick through by prop forward number 10 Keith Rain. And Alan Smith, the veteran, 20 years in the game, has the speed to get there and make the touchdown. A fine try on the most difficult day.
Mark Conway takes the kick from the touchline. There's the kick, and it's well short. Mark Conway trailing with the kick, but Leeds take a 3-0 lead with that try from Alan Smith. Hammerty gets it out to Elwell, and right out. Mike O'Neill couldn't take it. Picked up by Sykes. Gets it to Holmes. Holmes, Wilkinson. Wilkinson 6 yards from the Widnes line. Conway, Holmes, the long one, Keith Rain. Near the Widnes post, Conway, Holmes. Again the long one, but it's behind. Alan Smith has to pick it up. Going outside the defense, going strongly, loses possession, but behind him. Struggling for it. Leeds still have it. Hazelwood. Haig. Ward inside fast. It's Armitage, the sixth tackle. Ward, Haig. The short one, and it's missed, but Wilkinson is there to pick it up, keeping it going on the sixth tackle. Then Sykes, knocking men off. Andrew Smith. Inside, still going. Sykes will pick it up and go to the line. And take over a yard short, and amazingly Leeds kept that going when it seemed to have died time and again. Gregory feeds. Elwell wins it. Gregory clings tight. To Prescott, but he's coming up hard in the tackle. They're giving Widnes no room. Hammerty. Every tackle being cheered to the echo underneath fans. O'Neill. This is the sixth tackle. There's a kick through. Widnes, of course, may not be totally unhappy about just being 3 points down. They'll have the benefit of the wind and the rain in the second half. Under 10 minutes remaining. Leeds. Holmes to kick for touch. It's been mostly Leeds pressure in this first half, and they're keeping it on. Under normal circumstances, 3-0 would be a fairly fragile lead. Armitage, Sykes, Keith Rain keeps it going. Holmes, Wilkinson, Alan Smith took it beautifully high. Ward, Haig, Holmes. Getting it out to Wilkinson. Wilkinson tackled by Hughes. Conway, Hazelwood, Ward. Keith Rain going strongly for the line, and that's a try.
Keith Rain, who's having a storming game, bursting almost to the line and finding it's difficult to see. I think it's Campbell up in support, over just behind the post for a crucial try at this stage of the game. There aren't going to be many. Leeds have had the elements, and that's going to be a 5-pointer and a very important one.
Mark Campbell, the scorer, and Conway to kick. That's 8-0. Mark Conway kicks the goal. They may not regard 8 points as enough to go into the second half comfortably. They'll look for another try. Here's David Ward. There's Sykes, long-siding, charging run, putting in that first big wedge. The touch judge on. And the fun and game. Mike O'Neill involved. Prescott is there. Let's see what's coming out. Mike O'Neill, is he coming over to be talked to? Gregory, certainly. Penalty for Leeds. Gregory, the offender. Mark Conway, a left-footed kicker to the well to the right of the post. Not an easy one, even with the wind. But easy enough. 10-0. Well, they're cold and wet, but very happy at the moment, that Leeds crowd. There is the hooker, saving Widnes. So Widnes 10 points down. The half-time score. Leeds 10. Tries by Alan Smith and Campbell. 2 goals from Conway. Widnes 0. Join us for the second half. Welcome back for the second half here at Headingley, and for his comments on the first, David Oxley.
Much better entertainment than we were any right to expect in these appalling conditions. Both sides willing to keep the ball alive. Leeds have had plenty of possession and the elements behind them, so inevitably they've done all the pressing. It's a makeshift side they've got out, but how well they've played. Ward and Holmes prompting as always. Andy Sykes and Keith Rain full of running, and the youngsters Armitage and Campbell hauling them everywhere. In fact, Mark Campbell's try was a very important one. The question is whether 10 points is going to be enough in these conditions. Widnes have had a lot of tackling to do. Now we must see whether they can use the experience of Prescott and Gawley and Adams and the skills of Gregory to bridge this 10-point gap.
And Widnes have got Les Gawley on as forward sub. In fact, they have 2 forward subs on the bench, Steve O'Neill and Les Gawley. Les Gawley has now come on the field. David Ward, Holmes breaking down the middle, and that wasn't meant for Mark Conway, it was meant for Armitage, but as Conway picked it up. There's Sykes. The teams, of course, have put clean jerseys on to start the second half. And as David Upstairs said, we can expect Widnes to put on the pressure in this half, and we'll get some long kicks. That's penalty. Kicks from Adams and probably Gregory. Here's Gawley. Whitfield is acting halfback. Mike O'Neill. He tried to get the ball out, and nobody came up behind him. I think Mike O'Neill might be a bit sick about that. Here's Keith Rain. A long one to Conway from Ward. Wilkinson. Attempted tackle. As a Ward. Holmes. A short one to Keith Rain. Oh, that's great job by Keith Rain. Still going, Keith Rain, and almost making the line. What a break. So against the wind, it's Leeds piling it on, looking for another try. There's a dummy. And on the 6th tackle, Tony Binder was up there trying to slip through, but it's Leeds who've taken the game to Widnes. just inside the Widnes half. So Gregory feeds. It comes out. Conway's after it. Gregory after Conway, but Conway has it. Holmes, Haig waiting for it. Binders coming up over the halfway line. And that could be Gawley onto that. No, it's flipped away from him. Interesting to see who emerged with that. I think Les Gawley was first down. Yes, Gawley. Tamerty. Mike O'Neill. Gets it out. Whitfield. Gregory. Burke. Solid tackle by Heselwood. Gregory. Tamerty. Only 2 points. Needs to tackle well throughout the game. Elwell on his knees. John Myra. Widnes desperately keeping it going, trying to find a chink in Leeds. Leeds coach Robin Dewhurst obviously had some hard words with his side about their defence after Bradford Northern gave them a hiding over Easter. Here's Mike O'Neill, straight down the middle. Good running. Prescott with him. Prescott takes it. Gets it out. And it's David Hume who's in. A beautiful try. Lovely try. David Hume finishes it off.
Watch this fine burst of pace from Mike O'Neill, which carries him through the Leeds defence, running off Andy Gregory. There he goes. The advantage always with him on this very slippery surface. Good support play by the experienced Eric Prescott. David Hume, number 6, supporting well to finish off under the post for a likely 5-pointer and a very important try.
Kicks the goal to make it 10-5. The game now wide open. Joe Lydon playing in the centre today. Lydon to make every bit of advantage from this win behind him. Gain ground for the assault on the Leeds line. Marks the spot where the ball went into touch. Takes the defending side back 10 yards. And Widnes now have a platform for an attack. They need another try and a goal, and they're level. Tamerty. Acting halfback Elwell. O'Neill. Powering in. Making ground near to a Leeds post. Elwell goes himself. Tamerty. Elwell, Gregory, Prescott, a dummy, nice one to Gawley, going for the post. Can't get it out. He's 5 yards short. Plays it to Elwell. Fred Whitfield has to go for the line. But he's driven back by Beeman tackle. The last one. To 6. Gregory, the long one to Burke. Burke, and he's got it out. What an amazing pass! No, it's allowed. Presumed goes for a forward pass, but we'll see on the replay.
Watch as the ball slips across the field. Nick Burke judging in the remnant of line beater. Now he's very, very powerful. There he is, number 1. Escaping from another powerful man, Ian Wilkinson, number 4, and getting his pass away. Now that's the pass that referee Alex appears to have judged just forward. And as Keith Newton goes over in the corner, the try not allowed.
Mike O'Neill. There's the hooker blows. And Widnes go down 5-10. A match leads. Desperately wanted to win, and they've won it. But a great match under appalling conditions, a credit to both sides. Leeds 10, Widnes